Very good day to you. FAGASA, which is the Field Guide Association of South Africa, proudly presents Safari Guide of the Year 2022. My name is David Batsoffen, and I'll be chatting to the finalists this year, asking them some fun questions, not necessarily about their qualifications, but just so that we get a bit of the background of the finalists that we'll be meeting over the next few weeks. And representing the Homestead today is Liam Henderson. Liam, how are you doing?
Good morning, David. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm all good, thank you. We find you in Nambiti, which is KZN. What's the weather like down there? I see you wearing a fleece.
It's something I'm getting used to down here in northern KZN. It gets a bit brisk in the mornings, but clear skies today, so it's going to be a cracker of a day ahead.
All right, so I did say in the preamble that this was going to be a fun interview. I want to find out a bit more about Liam that maybe his guests don't know about. And yes, they'll get on your vehicle or they'll go for a trails walk with you and they'll ask you about your qualifications and what weapon you're carrying, but we don't need to know all that. That will come and you will be tested on those at Safari Guide of the Year, which comes up at the end of June. But for today, I just want to find out a bit more about Liam. So are you ready to take the Safari Guide of the Year? Let's find out more about the finalists quiz.
Fire away.
All right, so Liam, what is your favorite sandwich?
I'm quite partial to a traditional BLT.
Okay.
With tomato. Quite partial to that, but I would say it's more of a Middle Eastern sandwich known as a manouche. So it's a Lebanese style take on a sandwich, and that's my food that I crave the most.
All right,
I would say.
Explain that to us, because I've never heard of this. I thought a manouche was something you wore.
So I used to work in a Lebanese restaurant in my university days, and I ended up cooking there as well, and understanding that sort of Middle Eastern food, and it really brought a whole new side to me. So I really, really do enjoy Middle Eastern food, and that place in Stellenbosch where I studied has the best Lebanese food that I've ever tasted.
Alrighty. Pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
Definitely yes. I'm a big fan of something sweet on a pizza.
Oh, I can't wait to meet you in June. Words are going to be exchanged. Your favorite sighting while on foot or on a drive?
There are so many to choose from. I would say one of my most memorable sightings from the vehicle happened in 2018. Having in the Lowveld, having tracked a leopard for the better part of 3 days, and this female leopard, she had a cub, and all we saw for 3 days of her were her tracks. And in and amongst this riverbed and rocky outcrops was quite difficult, but then how it all transpired as these things happen very, very quickly. We came around the bend in a dry riverbed. We saw her tracks leading towards a rocky section of the river, which had been flooded with water. And there, her and her cub sat on top of the rocks. And we thought that was going to be the cherry on top. But then all of a sudden, this herd of impala came careering down the bank into the water. She obviously became extremely interested in them, and while the cub dashed off into the rocks, she scampered over the rocks, and as the impalas were going through the water course to get to the other side of the bank, she was running alongside the bank, and as one of the females got to the bank, she took it down in front of us, and then once she killed it, the rest of the impalas were coming across, and she went after another one, and it only just got away. Oh. That all happened in the space of about 30 seconds.
I was about to say, it'll take you longer to tell the story than it actually happened.
So
very awesome fortunate sighting,
very fortunate I've got to get some photos of that. So very, very proud of that sighting. Good. Yeah.
All right. Next question. What color am I thinking of?
I'll go for blue.
No. What animal heads up your list of animals that I have yet to see?
Two parts to this answer, I'd think. In Africa, it would definitely be the gorillas. I would love to go and witness the gorillas at some point in my life. But I've also got this huge fascination for bears in the Americas. I would love to see a grizzly bear or a polar bear, or just that whole animal just fascinates me, and I'd love to actually see one in the wild.
Great. And finally, what is the funniest question a guest has ever asked you?
I was with a group of guests, and we were driving along, and she asked me, Liam, why is it so windy? So I turned and I said, and I stopped the vehicle, and I said, it doesn't look like it's too windy. She said, no, it stopped. And I started the vehicle and started going forward again. She's like, oh, there it's windy again. I didn't quite know how to break it to her.
I would have said, would you like me to wind the windows up? Would that have made it easier? Liam, thank you so much for playing along. It's been fun chatting to you. I wish you all the very, very best as you represent the Homestead at Safari Guide of the Year at the end of June. And I look forward to meeting you in person. Once again, thanks for being my guest today.
David, and looking forward to meeting you and everyone else at Safari Guide. Yeah.